choose to say I'm going to marry a lady from Zimbabwe or from down south there, it's pretty much expensive.
But I find ladies from that side really beautiful.
Oh, we are beautiful, thank you.
But that's
money.
Eh? That's Africa. But I believe, you know, who are your colonial masters?
British.
The you intermarried, yeah.
We don't have, no, this color is black, this is pure black.
No, but there are South Africans I've seen that are really, But again, Africa is endowed. Africa is endowed. Grace, please stop. Africa is endowed. That doesn't surprise me.
I know.
But if you look at here in Uganda, we don't have a lot of historical, colonial, like with Uganda marriages. We don't have a lot of half-caste. But since we have Indians, they've really done a great deal. You find in India.
You have a thing for half-caste?
Half-caste? Not really.
Oh, a good evening to our beloved viewers. Sorry about that. You caught us when we're having a very quite interesting topic. You're pretty much welcome to our evening show. Okay, this is not Kitchen Delight. This is me move by winner within. We might be in the kitchen, but okay, we just wanted to change this thing and spice it up for you guys. This is your personal person, Media Ketai Midikuds, as you know me. And before the gentlemen introduce themselves, one of them should report where they are hiding Joyous before I spill the tea.
I hope at this very time Joyous is taking a flight.
Where is she? Report yourselves before I tell them.
Thank God you said one of us. So you say.
Joyous is, handling academic stuff, he's out of the country, but we bless God wherever she is. May God protect her, may God, surprise her. I'm Ak Solomon Kukunda. This is the meme of finding the winner within. I'm excited. This show is a vibe. I thank God for our viewers. Amidi, you have your sister Kudzi in, Zimbabwe, people in South Africa, people in Kenya, people in the United Kingdom.
People in Qatar. We have viewers from
say dance,
Or from Congo as well.
Congo. Yeah.
Did you forget Congo?
People are watching us from Congo. Bonjour, watu wa Congo.
Nawapenda sana.
Tell them your ugly name, please.
I should ugly.
No,
actually, they know the meaning now. They will love it.
King.
King Mabu Chewbacca Grace, and I'm so happy to be actually this place. I'm just so excited. This is where life care happens. So I will
He's gonna be cooking for us.
I'll be doing something for you. I know I'm not a good cook, but I'm gonna try something.
Apologies received. Yeah.
So, to Joyous, darling, we miss you wherever you are. We miss you very much. But you know what? Don't worry. I will repeat.
So today we didn't even take pictures before set as videos.
But I have the energy for two people. Don't mind. I'm gonna represent you, girl.
Exactly.
So, guys, today's topic is quite a funny one. When I was going through the internet one time, I saw a message, a meme. You know memes, right? Yeah. And it said, "My dear age mates, go me slow. You're making me look unserious." Yeah. So our topic is going to be in line with that. Sometimes I don't know. I want to understand, where does this come from? Is it an internal thing or is it an external thing? Like, does it come from families? Does it come from friends? Does it come from parents? They say, look at your age mates and how far they have gone and how much they have achieved. I want to know how far this has affected us. Does it positively or negatively? And before you even answer me that, I just want to know, is it an internal thing or it's an external thing? Does someone have to come to you first and say, Grace, look at what Solomon has done? Or maybe it's something that comes within yourself. You'll be like, if I look at my friends, look at what they have done. So yeah, please.
I think that is really internal, according to me. But because seeing around you and the people that you've been living with, when you see them that they have achieved something that you have not yet done, there is that pressure that you can't avoid. It's inevitable. It's there. Now, the way that it's going to affect you, it's not depends on you. Like there's someone who told me that the problem is actually not the problem, but the way you deal with the problem is a problem. Okay, so I can get that pressure about the people of my age, what they have done, what they have not done. Now, how are you going to handle it? That's the problem.
So to you, it's more like an internal thing. How about you, Solomon?
So the question is internal.
No, the question is not internal. Sometimes your parent can come to you and be like, but look at this
He's
person.
progressing.
He's progressing. Like, what's wrong with you?
Look at Chichi, she's married already.
Exactly. So sometimes it's an external question. Sometimes it is something that is coming from within. Like he said, to him it's something that comes within. When he looks how Solomon has achieved, you'll be like, "Aish, my age mates have done this and this and this
And I'm nowhere to
and
be
where
seen."
am I? So I'm trying to understand, like, where does it come from? For him, it comes from internal, and where does it come from when it comes to your side?
Okay, on his take the question is internal, but this takes two sides. Sometimes it's internal and external. Because when they tell you, tell you, you know, look at this. This one is here. You were together at campus, you were together in college, and where are you? So you have two forces acting against you. Because every human being yearns for progress. You know, progress is a sweet darling for everyone. You need to know, you know, after campus, I get a job, you know, I get a family, I get a car, I get everything. So when you see others achieving it, you are nowhere exactly. So you have a force driving. And sometimes when it becomes so worse, you have even two forces. You have a personal drive, a push that is trying to make you, you know, you want your mother to be happy, because all of us work, strive for people that, you know, look up to us to be happy and to be comfortable. So if you're not achieving it, there is also personal pressure that develops within you, and then your mother also asks you, you know, your friend proposed, where are you, what are you doing? You know, they are telling you to propose, and yet you are there looking for rent.
What are those bases? What are those things that people base on? I'm trying to think. Is it more of a character thing? Is it more of like something that we see, like, okay, Midi is married. How far with you? So I'm trying to understand. Is it?
It's mostly achievements.
The things that you have done.
Yeah,
But don't you think that is wrong?
It's maybe wrong in one side, in
Because
another side.
I feel like
maybe
achievements sometimes it's not buying a car, sometimes it's a character achievement. But I feel like society, it has a way it drives us to like see the things that we see. Because I'm thinking at a scenario whereby me as a person, my character is like well built. Like if your character is well built, it can take you places. But then when you have money, but when your character is bad, you might just have your money and stay there. So I'm thinking sometimes, how is it supposed to be? Should someone look at how much money and how much Grace has achieved and how much papers he has, or should look at more like character development?
Actually, what I think is there's something that says that the comparison that you do to others, it's wrong comparison. So what you compare yourself
With
to,
others,
when you compare yourself to others, it's a wrong comparison. But when you do it to yourself, according to your achievement and your progress, because life it's a gradual process. So there are some people that are on some levels, but they went through something. They went through something. Now for you can just look at that person. Of course you are the same age. You are the same age. He has got that. Now you are now stressing yourself and wanting to be like him. You feel like inside, I'm late. I've not done it. But if you even ask some people about how they got there, they will not tell you the real truth. But there is always something that has happened.
So does it mean that we are going to be always out there explaining to the society how things are working? Because there's this thing that I was watching something that says that a woman has a gradual thing they go through. Someone gives birth to you, and then you go to school, then you graduate, then you get engaged, then you get married, then you get kids and all those things. So why, like, I feel like society has got, levels that it has put that a woman has to go A, B, C, and D, but then forgetting that life has a different way it moves. The way your graph is not my graph. His graph is not your graph. So I'm thinking sometimes society tend to forget that. So, and sometimes we are forced. That's why I'm thinking, like, that's why sometimes the pressure is within than it is within. I'm going to give you an example. I was born in a family of three girls and 3 boys. So all the boys are married.
Wow.
All the girls are married. But
that's great.
You're married?
I'm the only girl that is not married.
We are with the reminder in the studio.
And this is where the funny bit is. My older sister, she's like 10 years older, so she literally had to be married. Then there is my young sister, that is 5 years younger than me. She is married. Yeah, it's funny. So when she got married, it something just triggered me. I'm like, oh, your young sister is married, so now the pressure is on you. You get. First, it came as an internal force. Then later on, people kept on telling you, but Millie is married. Kategori kuchi, what are you up to? So you see, sometimes I can't tell. Her luck is not my luck. You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
So my mom even demands. I wish she watches this today. She demands. She keeps telling me, you know what? Your sisters are like in their families, happy and all those things. Why are you not married yet? So sometimes I feel like the pressure that comes within that, within like the parents and then you yourself, it forces you to do things. I'm going to. Maybe we should start by. So, do you have an experience?
But you know, pressure. I believe what you're going through. I know. I understand. You know, pressure is a force that directly affects you, acts against you. The way you respond to it, the way we respond to it, different people differs, and the way you respond to it may bear fruits for you or may, you know, crack you. Because I can see you have a nice career, you are developing yourself into a nice lady, that even when an opportunity knocks, you can get a very good family. So people out there should know this and should just put this to books anyway. That character, as you said earlier, as I'm trying to put pressure into one thing, try to be in one place, because forces are acting against you. Your mom is even telling you, giving you a live example in a family that look at me,
look at your Millie,
look at me, look at
your
you.
big sister, they are married, and what
don't allow the pressure to crack you, but let the pressure build you into something, into someone that when an opportunity knocks, you are there.
Allow me to communicate with us joined us right now so that they don't confuse this with Kitchen Delight and me. Welcome, our dear viewers, those that are just joining us right now. Today we are discussing about the topic, just a statement that says, look at your age mates and how far they have gone and how much they have achieved. How has it affected us or affected us? It could be like in a positive way or in a negative way. And this is me finding the winner within. Find us every day on Saturday, like we are today at Saturday at 8. So today I want to read something. We have a viewer that is in Qatar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone in Qatar.
Yeah. He said, it motivated me to want to accomplish something, but it was somewhat intensive, that it forced me to do things that were beyond my capacity. I was aggressive and in a hurry to accomplish all these things because I wanted to be approved by society. Little did I know that it wasn't necessary, because everything in life comes by process. The other people had privileges that I did not have. They had stepping stones that they did not have. The person we're talking about right now has a mild stroke because of this situation. Like his one side got stroke.
Polarized.
Yeah. So you see how bad it is that someone goes through a situation and then the society says, you know what, at your age right now, you're supposed to be having a job, you're supposed to be having this, you're supposed to be doing this, and now he has a mild stroke. What would you tell that boy there? That is.
What I think is, as I said before, life it's a gradual process. But I may understand it, but the people around me will not understand it. That's why I told you the pressure you get, it's not the problem, because pressure will always be there. But the way you handle the pressure, how do you handle it? You have to know that everyone came here with a purpose. I was born for something, he was born for something. We may be the age mates, but we came with different purposes. Okay? And as you are going on, and I'm also going on my way, people will only look at what they have achieved. They want you to be that. Yet achievement doesn't always mean happiness. Achievement doesn't always mean happiness.
What do you mean by that?
Because there are people that are rich, they've got money,
happy.
but they're not money.
But they say money is everything.
No. I think that has some limits. Because some people are in marriage right now because they entered in the marriage because of pressure, and they're not even happy. They're not even loved.
No, you're very right. Look at this guy I've just talked to, has a mild stroke.
Can you imagine?
He got and what if it's permanent? Because now his one side does not work. Because he put so much pressure on himself, just wanting to be approved in society. You know, you expect when you're done with university, you're supposed to be having a job and having A, B, C, and D. And then he went through that. This is a life story. Like, it's a life, something went through that. So you see how bad it is. But I want to know something, Grace. You keep saying that society need to understand. Have you been in that situation?
Okay. I told you before in the previous shows, I told you, I was a quiet guy. And I was a quiet guy. I was separated with society mostly, and I was so close to like the things that were close to me, like my phone, internet, comic books and stuff. So I was so close to these things, and I was trying to compare myself not with the people who are around me, but the people even
The celebrities.
Overboard. The celebrities. I remember when Jaden Smith, he got his $2 million, his first $2 million on the Kid Karate. And I used to follow him. I really loved that boy. And I was like, this boy, I'm even 3 years older than him, but he now has $2 million.
But sometimes the pressures when your friends show off. Let me say, like, I have a milestone in life, then I show off to you guys. Don't you think it has some sort of pressure that it puts on you on yourself?
Of course.
Yeah, it does. He was giving us an example of, you know, that American celebrity, Smith. It has to exactly show up because it's a force that will drive you. What can I really do to get there? This boy is getting $2 million.
I find it to be wrong though, because I can't say what Grace has done is what Midi is going to be doing. What Solomon has done. Remember when we were reading the other guy's testimony, the one in Qatar, he was saying that he ended up chasing goals that were not meant for him, things that were beyond him. Because sometimes there are people that already have stepping stones to be where they are, and then there are some of us that have to sweat for everything that for us to get where we are. So do you think that there's some peer pressure that comes with it?
It has to.
It has pressure. As I said, we have to find a way of dealing with that pressure.
Have you ever had a pressure of, like, let me say your friend has done something and then you react?
Of course. There are some feelings that you kind of get them every day. Seeing other people progressing. Some guys of your age are being good entrepreneurs, good architects out there, but you are looking at yourself, your stage, and you are just blaming yourself. I think I have to be somewhere, I shouldn't be here. There's something that
I'm going to hold your thought there. There's something that has just triggered me right now. Do you think it is right for our parents, our guardians, or our elders to compare us with somebody else? Because I feel like the statement itself is just so wrong. For someone to come and tell me, look at your age mates and how much they have done, and look at you, where are you now? I find it so wrong for someone to think that what Solomon has done could be what I can do. I don't know.
For me, I believe that our parents, the reason that's why they do this, there is a force behind them that forces, like, you know, drives them because they want to see their son progressing, you know, they want to see their son doing better or their daughter doing better. So they bring that issue up of comparison. They don't compare in a bad way. They don't compare from a way that is, you know, so down. They just want you to be triggered, because sometimes they can even tell you, be friends with that person. You know, be friends with that gentleman, be friends with that doctor, because they want to see you somewhere.
Is there something they're adding to that apart from that statement?
That statement, I think, in most cases, parents should also add it.
That's what I was about to say. Because there's you comparing me with Grace, but then you just leave me like that. And sometimes I feel like they're supposed to discover who Grace really is. Because you might be in ministry and he's in architecture. So that's two different. You can't tell me
two different people.
As I said, that pressure that comes from outside. Actually, those people, they don't care about knowing what you're good at and the way you should take. So those pressures will always be coming from outside. But the way you have to deal with it, because for them they know that you have to progress. They may be knowing your progress as a small progress, yet that is how your life should be going. Because as I said, life is a gradual process. The smaller you move, actually not moving is a bad thing. That's why we also need that pressure sometimes.
But alone, I feel like he's being technical about this. Him being an architect, he's just trying to be technical about it. I'm looking at a situation whereby it is obvious. You and Solomon and Viamungu and Noah, you could be friends, right? And then your friends, they have something going on in their life. And then you're the only one that is lagging behind. You get where I'm coming from? Solomon maybe has a job, he has papers, he has finished school, there's something going on with them, and then there is you that has nothing going on with you. So if someone comes out today and says, Mabu, Grace, look at your friends, your group that you always around. They have something going on with their lives. What's going on with you? I want you to tell me, like, have you ever been in that situation? I don't think all your friends are doing the same thing at the same time. If you say we are getting a job, we are buying a car, we are all doing it at the same time. I'm looking at a situation whereby you are lagging behind.
Okay, it came a time when I had a friend, I have actually in Uganda. We were praying together, actually we were singing together. Now, we were all at campus. I was in my last year, he was also in his last year. For him, I was doing chemical engineering, I was doing architecture. Now we finished, now we're now praying for jobs, and me, I was praying for internship, because that's why I started. Now, I suffered to get where to do my internship from. And for him, someone just connected him and he got a job. And they gave him some good salary. And I was now wondering, okay, his life was like, it just changed.
Yeah.
He just bounced to another.
But have you
new
seen
life.
that they prayed, they wished for two different things? This, he was praying for internship, the other one prayed for a job.
Yeah. Now, our internship is different because it has to be paid for.
Oh, I see.
That's
I
what
see.
you have to start with. Now, I needed that internship, but I couldn't get it. And I spent like even a year and a half.
Someone is already getting a job.
You guess. But my friend was making money already. He started investing his money in some other stuff. And I had that pressure in me. But the only thing that saved me was like, I just knew that I had to work on myself to make progress. Because the bad thing is if you sit down not making progress. Your progress may be not that much, but you have to be doing something. Yeah, to work on that pressure. As long as you know that I have a different purpose, he has his purpose, I'm okay with him having a job, though it pressures me, it gives me that pressure inside of me, but I just have to make sure that I'm doing something to move. Yeah, working on myself. If it's not money, I have to be reading books, making myself better every single day.
Every single day, like developing yourself.
Developing.
What exactly I told me did.
There's something Priscilla said there, I hope she's watching with us. She said, for girls, we have a different kind of pressure that comes. Let me say, I'm surrounded by people that have cars that own iPhones. And then I'm talking from experience. Recently, I have a friend who just bought an apartment and bought a car and has the latest iPhone. I work, she doesn't work. But she has all those things. So I'm now relating to
which economic activities going
so I'm relating to exactly. So I'm now relating to Priscilla's story. She told me one time, she's like, all her friends are iPhone users and she has a Techno. That's what she holds.
I know you're talking of Priscilla.
Yeah, you know that Priscilla I'm talking about. So she was at a point whereby there are men that are ready to give us women that the things that we want. So you see what the things that we go through in this society. Just because I know that my friend has gotten a car, my friend has gotten this, now I'm ending up in a ditch where I want to prove a point. Society sees me with this, so we're like, oh, they move all together, they have cars, they move all together, they have all this. But then I have a question for our viewers out there. Do you think a phone, a car are the measures of determining someone's success? Like I said it from the beginning. Sometimes when the society said, oh, she's moving with her friends, they all have cars. What is happening
in his life?
What is happening in her life? Her friends are all married. So you guys, I want you to tell me, like, what you guys think. Those are the important things that society should look at, not a mere just iPhone and a car.
I want to talk to someone out there, you know. Let us not rely and depend on public domain about how things should be. What you have said, an iPhone, a car, they are not like success determinants. They are not. They are not. Start small. Conceive that dream, that vision. Allow it to grow. It grows over time. As Bracey always saying, you know, read books, you know, stand in, develop yourself, become a better person. You know, determinants of success is how you move on, is how you keep persisting. Keeping consistency in each and everything you do daily. Start small, you know, you will blossom. At one time you will get there. Don't get, you know, don't get like wood out. Don't just become blown out because some things are happening to some people and they're not happening to you. You are not those people. People develop at different rates.
What if now it reaches a point where my family gets me a spouse to get married to. Because now I'm looking at all those pressures now. There's a point where my mother, I think my mother is soon reaching a point she's just going to be fed up. Because
and they will stage for you in marriage.
me as I speak right now, I'm just like about chasing my goal. Someone that is out there would not understand it. They would say, you know what, this girl has gotten to get married. Her little sister is married. She has got to move. But then, what if advise somebody that the society is going to like pressure them, like a woman, the husband is brought you into, maybe this is your husband, you're going to get married.
Okay.
How do they?
I want to talk to someone who may be blaming someone who is not moving, and I'm going to talk to someone who thinks that he's not moving and want to copy other people. There's something that we have to understand in life. Many people are not what we see. They are really not what they look to be. Some people are having money, but they are not enjoying it. They lack happiness. Some people are in marriages, but it's not love. Some people just trying to get a step, not to live, but to prove people. Yes. I just choose to get into marriage, but just because I'm noble or I'm rich, I have to get a rich person. But our parents just joined us together without love, but you have to be together because we are your parents, we are rich.
You have to make mom and dad happy.
Yeah, we have to make them happy.
But we're supposed to be happy.
And me now down there, we're in my
we're
life.
supposed to be happy.
You're the person.
But then
they have to mind about
you just said something that sometimes our parents, they are coming from a good side or a good position when they say my child be like Solomon, be like this. So don't you think sometimes we are on a pressure whereby we are trying to please our parents, we are trying to please ourselves, at the same time we are also trying to please our friends?
Okay, I want parents to differentiate between motivation and pressurizing their children. Because sometimes a parent may think maybe he's trying to motivate, yet he's inserting pressure on this young girl. The girl will end up in a marriage that is not real. You have tackled a very great part, that at the end of the day, it's me to be happy. It's me to be enjoying everything. Because let us not try to push our own people to points where we want them to, get acceptability from the public, yet they are suffering. You're about someone who is having apartments, iPhones, all that is vanity. But at the end of it all, it's you. Your personal capital, it's your physical, wellness, your mental health. How are you standing? Because people are being, I always see these people, in migrating from Africa, mostly North Africa, because that place, it has war-torn countries, migrating through the seas to Western Europe. Many of them die. What causes that? Some people are just facing pressure. They are home, that you have to make it. Do this. They end up dying before realizing their dreams. Yet you can conceive that dream, because I always tell you there is a period between, vision or dream conception and delivery. Things can't happen at the same time, and you can't build and destroy at the same time. Grow yourself, build that dream, build your soul.
Is it wrong to you to want to be like somebody? Now we're talking about like somebody being a role model, or like you being motivated by how Solomon is doing things. Is it wrong for you to look after somebody, to look up to someone? I need to say.
Okay, you can look up to somebody, but the way you look at what he's doing and your purpose. Yeah, you may be looking at somebody who has made it in life. Yeah, but just know that, like Les Brown said, that the people are at the top, they didn't fall there. They didn't fall there. So they either climbed, they either took helicopters, there is a mean that took them there. So what is your capacity?
So what is failing you from getting the same helicopter that they used to go up there?
I'm not them. Can you get a helicopter if you want it right now? You can't.
What is what is stopping you from getting the helicopter if your friends have managed to get the
time and season? Their season came and they got that helicopter. Yours hasn't come.
You know what? We need to come back. We need to come back and discuss more about this topic, because I'm still not convinced.
It's intriguing, really.
Exactly. For our dear viewers that have just joined in right now, you're watching me move, finding the winner within. Like I said before, this is not Kitchen Delight Show. We just decided to spice up everything, and there's more that is coming your way. Please follow us on Facebook and on YouTube, Rest TV, and leave in your comments, please. For Joyous, those who have just come in, I think you're asking, where's Joyous? No, she's not making tea anywhere or cooking anywhere. She traveled, and we miss you wherever you are. Guys, don't touch that dial. See you after the break. Welcome back, movers. How are you guys doing? For those that are just joining us right now, this is Me Move, finding the winner within. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, for always being there.
Yeah, sure.
So before we went for the for our break, we were talking about, this is our topic. We were talking about this statement. Look at your age mates, how far they have gone and how much they have achieved. How has it like affected us? Is it in a positive way or in a good way? So that's for those that are just joining in. You haven't yet missed on a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry about that. So I was asking myself before the break that, don't you think that this statement also has its good side, even though it has its bad side? It has a good side. So I'm going to start with the bad side. This is what I think, before you guys go in with your comments. Yes. I feel like sometimes we limit ourselves. Like I said it before, when I look at somebody else and what they have done and how much they have achieved, what if I am chasing to buy a car somebody has bought, and yet me, I'm meant to be a carbon owner. Exactly. I feel like sometimes I'm just like chasing a goal that is not meant for me. So I don't know what you guys would think are some of the restrictions that come with this statement, because it's okay to be like, to be motivated by your peers.
Sure.
It's okay.
Well, you can call that competition sometimes. It's positive. When you see someone who has gone ahead on something and you feel like you are in the same field and you feel like you should boost something, you should do something and get there. But as long as you're going, you have to know your means. Yeah, you're not like him. As I said, the one who fell, or the person on the top of the mountain didn't fall there. So he got there by something, helicopter, someone can climb, someone can be thrown there, ropes and stuff. No, so let me bring this example. When I came in Kampala, I told you my parents did everything they could do. I was going to international school in Congo. So the people I was studying with, they were most of them, they are above my
class.
Above my class. Okay, they are above my class. Now, they were coming when I was coming to Uganda. Now, I was not the only one who came here. Yeah, I took a bus, but some of them, they just fly. They flew. Yeah. Okay, they flew. They used the flight. Now, why am I going to compare myself with that person? We are the same age. We are in the same field, but I took a bus to come to Kampala, but then they took a plane. Okay, so whatever you're doing, don't compare yourself so much to people. Compare yourself with, just try to find the better you. Compare your present with the past. Your today will be yesterday.
So what is the what is that good thing that comes of you comparing yourself to somebody, or you trying to find? Remember, I asked you what is that positive thing or that negative things that comes with that statement?
The negative things is when you look at somebody with everything that he has, yeah, and you don't need to know how he got there, but you want to get there, because people have different means of getting achieving their goals.
Yeah.
So you may be having the same goals, but for him he will be maybe facilitated somewhere because he has a family, because he has connections, but you don't have them yet. So you have to see in which way you're going to work without stress, because at the end of it all, yeah, the success, we think that the success is not the one, because happiness is the real success.
Yes.
But if you look at people, most of the people, many people, they may be having something but they are not happy. Some people, you may be in a relationship.
What
right
happiness
now
is not there from owning a car? You can't convince me and that person watching there. Man, I don't think there's anything wrong when I see Solomon with a car and I say I also want a car. What happiness is not
do you
there
know
from
that
having a car?
some people buy cars on a loan?
But there's happiness. I'm still
No.
Or some acquire them in crafty ways. That's what he's trying to say. And they drive them.
I know a person who took a debt from the bank. He gave out his land title.
Now you're talking about the negative thing. Now that's what I
exactly.
I've pulled it out of you now.
Now
he's doing good.
He wanted to build a school. He took a loan from a bank, and now then they locked down the schools. They're not working, but the bank, for them, they don't know that. You have to bring our money. We gave you this period. I hear they were giving them some month, but the months have passed. We want our money. and now they are looking for a client to buy
His issue is
the
financial
same
indiscipline,
school that you
I
wanted
think.
to build. So before you do a step and you do something or to compare yourself to somebody,
Somebody else.
just know yourself. Yeah? Which step am I going to do? But at the end of it all, look at yourself and find out if you are better than yesterday. That's the only thing I can fight for. I don't want to be better than you or greater than you. I want to be better than what I was.
But you,
yesterday.
in what world are you living in where you don't want to be better than somebody else? You know, you guys, I want us to be as realistic as we can. Solomon, what is that good or bad thing that comes from this statement?
First and foremost, this statement will trigger you to a level of setting realistic goals, because you will internalize who you are. Looking at that person, you internalize who you really are. As he said, as he was, in the bus, people were flying over. You get? As he was on the road, on the borders, people were going to airports. But you all reached.
Yeah.
That's the only difference, that you set realistic goals because you know who you are. Secondly, it makes you work harder. Because I told you earlier that when you receive this pressure well, it becomes motivation. Each day, add a stone on your life.
There's someone, okay.
I want to talk about the other side, the cons.
Okay, fine, I'm going to get back to you. Your future wife, all the way from South Africa, said this.
No, please.
I didn't get that.
Don't mix up things in
You
Uganda
can't say no
here.
when she's watching,
Did you see
man.
that coming?
Oh, you guys, I'm joking.
Bingo.
So this is what she says. Valerie, shout out. She says,
Valerie,
yeah, cool.
shout outs.
She
Yeah,
says the pressure that comes with that statement is a seed that plants doubt and lack of self-belief, like
I wanted
low
to come there.
self-belief. You are forced to make drastic changes or reaction in your life, or because your mates are ahead, you not knowing the formula on how one lives their life. What is your take about that, you guys? This woman is too intelligent. Because I've said it before that even me, when I'm around people, now look at this person. Like I gave an example of a friend of mine that is not working, but she now has an apartment, a car, and an iPhone 12. Hey Shan, what's up?
Hey, Shan.
So
We need to hear.
So, of course, me and her peers, we're going to be at a point where I'm going to doubt myself, am I doing the right job in the first place? Because I am working and she's not working. I've never taken time to ask Shan, what you call out here?
What you call Shan?
But if you don't have that character, that strength in yourself, that you know what, Shan might have reached here because maybe she has a family that has got money. Maybe
Shani did a okay, no.
maybe she had a way that she reached there, but already if I had no strong character, I would be doubting myself already. I would have low esteem. That means instead of me working harder, I'm not going to be working harder. Instead of me believing in myself, I'm going to do things with self-doubt. Because if somebody that is of my same age has achieved all these things in a short period of time, how about me? I was not achieved all these things.
I was coming straight there to the, to the cons, the disadvantages of this, and we were in the same spirit with Valerie. Because you look at this peer pressure, this is pressure inserted on you, on people, directly from their peers.
Yes.
Peers are people in the same company with you. Maybe you went at school in the same period of time, you graduated together, and different people in the group are developing differently. It will force you sometimes to make drastic changes that are unnecessary. You even change who you are in order to fit into something else which is not right. You will end up crashing because your main dream, your main foundation was laid differently. And then you are not a grace. Yep. You can't put a different foundation for a different structure. Structures have different foundations. You get it? So you will end up cracking and breaking in the process of time. So take your time. Don't make drastic changes to be accepted in the society.
You are still telling us the cons. We were about to tell us one of the negative effects that comes with this. Before I go to Grace, as you also.
Okay, guys. Before we talk about cons, I told you I'm the master chief here, so I gotta get some coffee. Can you guys get some?
No, it's fine.
Wow, yeah.
You're still telling me about one of. Just to give me one of the negative things that comes with this, because Valerie went ahead to say, life is what you make. Like life, your life is your life. If you are happy with yourself, the rest is nonsense. Do you think it's right?
Let me tell you this, Valerie is right. If you're happy with yourself, happiness, you know, this is the inner feeling that is within you. Knowing, having certainty that one day things will get better.
But what if you're happy with the wrong things? Because there are some people that are comfortable in a situation they are in, and yet it's a wrong condition.
Maybe I should talk to that to
you need to.
Please.
Actually, before you say please, I think sometimes happiness is happiness, and happiness is good. But what she was trying to bring out is the zone of comfort. Yeah, you don't need to stay in the zone of comfort even though you're happy, because there are some people who are in relationship right now. It's not doing well, but they think if they get married, they will be happy. There are some people who having little money, and they think that when they get much money, they will be happy. People should understand the art of happiness. Yeah, you can't pursue happiness. Okay, the pursuit of happiness was just a movie. It was just a movie, but you can't pursue happiness. You just have to be happy. That's
but is
all.
she wrong?
With the small thing that you have, the small achievement that you have.
You know what, you guys, I want you to be as realistic as you can. There is someone that is out there that is hearing us saying, as long as you're happy, doesn't matter. As long as, but there are people that
I just want to be happy.
There are people that in situations where you don't need to get comfortable in a wrong level.
Pressure is always there. I'm also under pressure.
Did you buy hot chocolate?
It's always there. Pressure is always there. But what I told you is, how do we deal with pressure?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm also on pressure. Yeah, but I have to deal with it. So the question is, how are we dealing with that pressure?
Exactly. I shared about that. I shared about that. How, you know, how to receive this pressure. Because let me tell you this, we are talking about even parents, but this question will always come to you even in the deep of the night. When you wake up suddenly and remember that in that morning you have an interview, you're just looking for a job, your friends are settled in offices, they are earning, you are seeing their statuses on WhatsApp, you know they are proposing, and you Musajja Mukuru, you are there.
Can I go? Omanyi na social media itufukide ekizibu. Irene here from Kenya, shout out Irene.
Everybody in Kenya will love you.
She is saying, let us not be fooled. She's 26. But she's not married, she has no kids, and she has not met some of the societal needs or marks. And she's saying, don't be fooled by our age mates that post things on social media. Sometimes people just go and hire a car and take pictures in there, and then so it's a matter of, you like, success is on a personal level. That doesn't mean for her you have to have people to look up to who motivate you to wake up every day and chase your dreams. This is what, do you know how dangerous social media is? I read something when it was saying, oh my God, I met someone was saying, like, I met a guy, I wish I remained seeing her on Snapchat, because when I met her in person, she looked like Pogba. I don't know if you saw the meme. I don't know if you saw the meme that, oh, she looks like Pogba. So what do you think about the social? You advise someone that relies so much on social media. I feel like the person you see on social media is not the video that you see here.
In fact, I was telling you that these questions come from different angles in life, not only parents, but I told you can be sleeping, knowing the reality in the morning, contradicts, thank you, Grace, you know, contradicts with what you are thinking, what you are aspiring for. Questions are coming from all over the place. Our parents now, social media. Let me tell you this, don't be pushed by what is happening on the social media, because many things there are real. People are living real life there, but some of them are faking life. But however, putting all that aside, who are succeeding and what, whether they are posting or not, you also have your own life. You get? Yes, I told you, build your life step by step. Don't just specialize yourself. Grace, thank you.
Grace,
you're welcome.
You were saying something, yeah? I don't know why I'm stammering even. I'm sorry. When you're saying that happiness, you're talking about something to do with happiness, yeah? Are you telling me that today, if I'm in a position where I'm not successful, I don't have a house.
What do you call success?
I don't have success.
Because
you know,
the house is not success.
No, but at least having a job, at least you
can be a picture that shows.
Are you telling me someone that is 30 years and has a man that is 30 years has no job is supposed to be happy?
No, of course not. That's what I told you. You have to progress. You don't have to stay in the your comfort zone. You have to work. You have to do something, but just not compare yourself to other people out there, because they are not always what they show us. Yeah, what we see is not what they really are most of the time. So work on your progress.
So what are you saying about this statement? I want to hear your conclusion about this statement of look at your age mates, how far they have come and how much they have done. I want to know your conclusion. Are you saying that it's a good thing or it's not a bad thing? And when you're saying it's a good thing, what are those things that are making you say it's a good thing? And if it's a bad thing, what are those things that are making you say
That pressure, the pressure that I get from that, it helps me. Actually, I have to, like when I told you for the first time when I was before the camera, I got nervous. Yeah,
I remember that
day. I transformed those nerves into a power.
So your strength, yeah.
Now, for me, when I'm nervous, when I come out to talk, I talk so much. That's the strength that I had. Now, when that pressure comes in you, because it has to come, it's normal. When that pressure comes, and it even comes, you know, the people are bringing it, they don't care. Yeah.
By the way,
they can be
have you ever been pressured by someone who has nothing?
Someone tells you like, I'm an architect, they're comparing with a musician.
Imagine your own mother comparing you, my son, you're supposed to have this, or like your sister comparing, like ngayeta china necha kugamba kontito ina.
Kitegera abakwagaliza naye ndowooza
ngayeta china
okukyusaamuko noyamba omuntu ono you guide people well in a way that is, you know, I told you about being realistic, like set realistic examples and goals for yourselves, for your people to be well.
So what I'm saying is that pressure is cool, but bring it, transform it into another power that will help you not compare yourself to other people or to want to be like other people, but to work on yourself day and night. Yeah. So don't take it as when they bring it, it will give you stress. That's for sure. And
also, they should use all those stones they are receiving from people. You know, people can throw stones at you, but once you get those stones, you can build a castle out of them.
Have you ever been there? To budget abawala mchache omwala tuka 40 years nga taino musajja to say. Do you know how tough that is? Do you know how hard it is?
I understand. Naye kankuli katika namwe kambalumbe Grace.
Tulumbe tulida.
Sometimes ekyo kituukawo because your time has not yet come, your time is not yet due. Let me tell you this. I told you about dream of vision, conception and delivery. Things can just happen in a beam, like.
Okay, if someone comes to you and tells you, it's not everyone who was born to get married.
But which society are you going to tell
what is intention for everyone to be that? Okay, let me tell them. Sometimes these people, I told you, there is always there are always activities that happen.
I can see you press that button,
There are always activities.
The first I knew is out now.
Between dream, conception and delivery. What do you do? Like toina, like fiancé or what? Or you sort abantu. Or you always walk with a mouth full of scriptures, but when your heart, brother wajao nakuuza unamanze ebyange benana bigera Yesu mvira genda abasajja men are trash. All men are dogs. You will tell one person that all men are dogs, and you tell your father we have a meeting at the dustbin. You get, because you're saying all men are dogs. You get, all men are trash, and yet you are crying, I'm 40, I'm single, but how are you relating with people?
But society is definitely going to demand you to have a husband.
I think
to have one.
I think that's things you just leave it to God to judge. Because there are people who have bad manners, bad characters, but they get married. And there are those ones that have really strong characters. So there are some things we have to leave to God to judge.
Yeah.
Getting married, there are some people who don't want calm people. There are some people who don't want honest people.
Who wants to marry a war zone?
You think they don't want to marry me? I know I'm a time bomb. You think they don't want to marry me out there? Where?
So when you have not yet achieved that, when you're not yet in that marriage, the stress that comes, just try to turn it into something, turn positive energy in you, and transform it into a good thing, and try to do something better.
But communicate to those people who still think they will, settle in people's marriages, people's homes when they are still in discipline. Talk to
There,
them.
and I also want to talk to people that think they know how my life is supposed to be. Guys, it is so wrong. Guys, you don't know the pressure. I see pressure. You guys don't know how much pressure you're putting on people. It is okay that society has things it says people are supposed to like go through in life, but toja kuje wang, you can't come to me and start throwing stones at me because I'm not married. Should I go on the street and put a sign that looking for a husband,
because you
looking
need to register
for a
anywhere
job?
to be single.
Look, I don't want to be in that position. So I think our parents look at my strengths and then work on them. It is okay for you to motivate me with Solomon's story. It is very okay. But I think sometimes our parents need to understand us on a personal level.
Who is my child? What are the capabilities,
Sit with your
abilities?
child and ask, you know what? I can't start comparing pastor to be and architect.
Pastor, I take it in Jesus' name.
I can't start comparing the two.
Yeah,
I can't compare the two. I can't compare the two because he has a different dream and you have a different dream. So our parents need to understand that. And then for the youths that are out there, when we come here, like you see this person has an iPhone just sitting now.
iPhone it is service you.
Oh, it's just an example. Even your techno is important just as much as an iPhone.
Where is my techno, by the way?
This is what I think. Just imagine how different our fingers are, but they're on the same hand. What this one does is not the same job as this one does. The same way with even a family, you know, with our families, we all have.
In fact, if you want to know their significance, a cut off one.
Exactly. With the families, when same mother, same father, but we turn out to be totally different people. You know. The other one, my sister was a kindergarten teacher, me, I'm a procurement officer, somebody else is doing something else. So you need to understand, even if the society will always talk, you need to understand this, that society says what it says, but you need to understand that you as a person, even in your family, you are different. So you need, but then you need to be careful when you're chasing your goals. Don't get so comfortable at the position you are at.
Don't settle for less.
Don't settle for less. Then I'm going to read you something. Proverbs 6 verse 9, it says, in their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord established their steps.
Amen.
What does it mean? We are guilty of pre-planning out of our future or out our future. Sometimes it is good, but many times it is not. When we create a long-term plan in our hearts, we then quickly find ourselves disappointed and even lost. But if we confide in the Lord and let Him bring us to where we need to be, there isn't any room for those hard feelings, and steps we took to get to these great moments in our lives are enjoyed throughout our journey.
God deeper, woman of God.
So, So it only means one thing, that God has created each one of us differently. It is, maybe my marriage is not now. Maybe my sister was fortunate to get married at 24. Maybe me, I was not fortunate.
But you're not your sister. There is no table that joins you to your
Exactly.
sister.
Same mother, same father, but we
independent.
all have gone in. We all have different things we have achieved in life. So you guys need to understand that God has a different purpose for you in life. A totally different purpose. Just pray about it. We all have different goals.
Yeah.
When Solomon has what he has and you don't have, Muchifocho Okudira will be clap for Solomon.
Clap.
Bravo. You have gone past that step. I'll wait for mine. Maybe there's something better that is coming for me. We all can't be business owners. Who's going to buy from the other one?
And we can't develop in unison.
It's
not
not
a choir that
it's not a
just
choir
run
that
home.
we're not 1, 2, 3 go fena tugende tukole.
I think what you have to work on right now, as I'm talking to a young person who's out there, I'm not blaming you about the way you take the stress that comes from outside. But they are, because we are not the same, yeah, we are totally different. But there are those virtues that we all have to embrace to success. Let me talk about patience.
Wow.
You know, patience is not just waiting, yeah. It's not just waiting, but keeping a positive attitude while
waiting.
waiting.
And this must be every day. Yeah.
I think every young person has to embrace that virtue, like wisdom. Yeah, you know that wisdom is a knowledge applied into understanding.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't make yourself better every day, of course you will always be back. You never get wisdom because you have to get knowledge first. Then you apply it into understanding to be wise. So, I will not blame you of your progress. as low as it is, because that is your progress. But are you working on these virtues that are making some people successful in life? Yeah, your progress. Okay, we don't blame you, but your virtues, your characters. You may be having poor characters. Work on them right now.
True.
Start working on them.
True.
There are some people who have strong characters. Yeah, you can be okay. You.
Yeah, I have a strong character. Maybe I would right now I would have looked for a husband already just because of
Okay,
my
there is no any device can test that right now, but I
Each
could
one.
do that. Yo, that's the thing. So about virtues and positive behaviors and characters, we have to be blamed if we are doing the negative.
The negative.
Okay,
Yeah.
on that.
As you're finishing up, just give them your social media handle. You never know, there might be some few girls and boys that would want to like.
Why girls first, maybe?
I think I need some coffee.
Just give them your social media handles. Facebook, Instagram, they follow you and.
I give.
Okay, on Facebook, like my names.
Yeah, you use
Yeah,
a
your usernames.
Maburiro Chuba. No, Maburiro. Grace Maburiro on Facebook.
It's not so good with
Mabu
Facebook.
Designs on Instagram. Yeah.
That's so.
it. Please give them just your last word and give them your social media handles.
To everyone out there viewing, they are musicians that have made their hits like hit songs after 10 years in the industry. Many actors have made their debuts at 50.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
People are having, they are married at 30, 40 ladies, and they are having the best at the moment. So don't get pressurized wanting to be where you're not yet, like in a bad way. Don't force your way through it.
Yeah.
Take it slow. Take it slow. Everything will come in its own way. That scripture was so powerful. Everything will come. Just relax. Believe God. Consistency, hard work, prayer. Setting realistic goals. Like developing yourself daily. Let it be a journey. Don't stop. Don't give up. You can follow me on my, Facebook account, Kukunda Ak Solomon. My Facebook page, the same Kukunda Ak Solomon. Yes, just reach out there. There are many inspirational messages. There are sermons I've preached. Thank God I'm a preacher. Yeah, you follow in, you will really be blessed in the name of Jesus.
The name is Midi on Instagram, Midi Kudzo on Facebook, and Rest TV on
Rest TV.
Facebook.
Don't
and
remember,
YouTube.
like always follow and like.
Exactly. Thank you guys so much. Guys, we appreciate you so much for tuning in right now. This has been one beautiful 1 hour. I've also learned a lot of things from this show. I hope next week we find you guys here on the same TV station. Rest TV is the only station you're supposed to be next week on Saturday at 8 p.m. See you guys. This is Mimu finding the winner within. Child.